So I have some good news and some bad news about today's video. I'm just kidding, it's all bad news. Ned Fulmer's back, guys. So Ned's still doing his podcast and it's going really well. As you can see, there has been a single episode since I last talked about him almost a week ago. It has even less views than the last 2 episodes, and it's about a guy who's just had a really shitty go of it, but I wouldn't say it's his personal rock bottom, because I think he's running out of people willing to come on the show that have had rock bottoms and actually like embody the sense of that word. So he's having to stretch it a little bit to try and find more people he can beg to join him on the show. And you can see it pretty clearly in the production of it.
Turned out to be a racist, and he was going race by race, and then he very casually opened the glove box and pulled out a serrated knife. I was like, I'm gonna die, but also I was like, I deserve to die.
However, Ned has decided he's going to try and diversify the media that he is a part of to try and claw and grasp onto some form of relevance. And that, for some reason, includes, completely out of left field, joining AEW to do a dark match as Nasty Ned Fulmer. And yeah, it goes about as well as you would think it does. I do apologize to the people watching and not just listening while you're playing games in the background. That was an incredibly traumatic experience I just put you all through, and I hope it does not give you lasting brain damage like it did for me. AEW is staged, all of it is. I say that as a former pro wrestler myself, former champion in all weight classes from featherweight all the way up to super heavyweight. Not to brag, you know, I'm the most humble person I know. So it is kind of ridiculous that they pulled him. We're all just trying to figure out why. They did make a couple articles about this across a few different news sites, but they're mostly like online. So we have an article from Vice where Ned joining the AEW fight is literally a single, and the rest of it is a summary of the situation with his podcast and the fact that it was his wife's idea to basically cook him alive online for the world to watch. So the Vice article here by Haley Miller says, former Try Guys member Ned Fulmer is trying his hand at professional wrestling. The Try Guys are a YouTube group that gained popularity during their time at BuzzFeed, created their own company, but Fulmer's workplace cheating scandal changed the trajectory of the channel. Following Ned's departure, Eugene Lee Young left to pursue other creative endeavors. Now just 2 original members remain. Fulmer appeared in his hometown of Jacksonville, Florida for a surprise dark match for AEW. He wore a blue AEW Duval shirt with cutoff sleeves, teaming with the Spanish Announce Project, Angelico and Serpentico, against The Frat House, Griff Garrison, Cole Carter, and Jack Jameson. Thus follows his reemergence on social media with his new podcast, Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer. The rest of the article is talking about the Rolling Stone interview that Ned and Ariel did together, and it has Ariel telling us in no uncertain terms that it was her idea. Well, what if I went on your podcast and what if we talked about this? Ned thought about it a little bit and he was like, I mean, I guess if you want to break the internet. So Ned, you had the option to say no and think about this and consider your options outside of just desperately wanting to stay relevant. But we saw how that worked out. The podcast is in the shitter, and now your only option is to apparently go on TV for AEW and just stand there and do nothing. He has some kind of sick pants, I'll give him that. I like the glittery knees, but that hairline is incredibly fucked, as is the rest of his face. And my boy needs to do a little bit of exercise if he's going to be on AEW, because you've got this little soft pudgy doughboy next to these jacked motherfuckers. So I'm not really understanding what the plan was, other than maybe it was them trying to capitalize on the fact that he's like nearby. He was in Jacksonville. They needed to add some sort of celebrity guest, and Ned was desperate enough to go on for like $5 and access to the craft table in the back. Who knows? But there was one gentleman who summed this up pretty well on Reddit, on the AEW Fan Hub Reddit thread. This guy says that, I don't care either way that a Z-list celebrity who cheated on his wife with a producer on the show he was in wrestled a dark match. But who is this for? The story got picked up by news outlets. It's not going to do anything for the company viewership-wise, whether this was a bizarre one-off or if they actually have plans for him. Although I admit I would watch a PPV pre-show match between Ned Fulmer and Big Boom AJ with morbid curiosity. I just want them to do one match that's not like staged. It's a genuine fight. He doesn't look like he weighs that much, but if we're gonna keep it within the realm of AEW, just have him go 1-to-1 with Adam Page. and just see if we can steal the short-lived championship belt from him and give it to Ned to see what his actual fighting chops, or we just get to watch Ned get like turned into a puddle on stage live for everyone to see. Otherwise, I was gonna put him up against like a UFC guy, but I guess that doesn't really count. If we're gonna keep him in AEW, I want him to have an actual fight with our boy Adam Page. So that's all I have to say about that. Regardless, this doesn't make much sense to me. I don't see this as anything other than a really desperate, cringy move. Maybe he's just trying to have fun. He's trying to live life with the few opportunities he has left. The podcast is fizzling very quickly. I don't know how many episodes he's got before it's just completely irrelevant, more so than it is already. But I just wanted to talk about this really quick because this was a bizarre update in Ned Fulmer world, and I just thought it would be odd of me not to acknowledge it. As the former reigning champion of all weight classes, I do find this incredibly insulting, and I think that if he really wants to get into the game, please, please, please lose the baby fat and actually dedicate yourself to this. But I just really don't want to see Ned Fulmer on a screen anymore. Just drop him like in the corner of some like customer service center and just have him work a normal job. Everybody else can do it, Ned. I'm sure you can do it too, buddy. You've never really been that unique. So I'm sure you can blend in with us normal folk pretty easily. Although, you know, I say I'm normal, but I am an AEW world champ, so don't tell anybody that's a secret. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. If we get any more updates about Ned that are slightly interesting, I will definitely let you guys know. But until then, I'm just gonna let you guys do your thing, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.